What's the worst case of poor judgment you've seen in the workplace? One of the most baffling moments in my career as a lawyer happened on what seemed like an ordinary afternoon. At the time, I ran my own solo practice with a small but efficient team, a legal assistant, a legal secretary, and a receptionist. That day, my legal assistant, Sarah, asked if she could extend her lunch break by a few minutes to stop by a nearby boutique. She promised to make up the time at the end of the day, and since she was generally reliable, I agreed without a second thought. When she returned, she was practically glowing with excitement. With a big smile, she pulled out a sleek, expensive-looking umbrella and proudly showed it to me. Curious, I asked if she had found a great deal at the store. That's when things took a turn. "Oh, I didn't buy it," she laughed. "Someone must have left it hanging on a clothing rack, and no one was around, so I figured, why not?" For a moment, I just stared at her, waiting for the punchline that never came. She wasn't joking. She genuinely thought this was a clever little stroke of luck. That was the moment I made my decision. There were two glaring problems here. First, she clearly had a very different interpretation of personal property than I did, something I couldn't overlook in a profession built on ethics and trust. Second, and perhaps even more concerning, was the sheer lack of judgment. Who brags to their boss about taking something that isn't theirs? Still, I didn't react immediately. I kept my expression neutral, nodded, and let the day play out as usual. But when the clock hit the end of the workday, I called her into my office. She left that evening with a final paycheck and without a job. Some decisions take time. This one didn't.